Macmillan Audio presents Naked City, Tales of Urban Fantasy, edited by Ellen Datlow. Read for you by Eliza Foss, Richard Topol, and Nicola Barber.
Introduction. The term urban fantasy was originally applied to fantasy written in reaction to the works most popular up to the early 1980s. High fantasy, imaginary worlds with medieval trappings. Instead, some writers began to inject magic into contemporary times and into urban areas, both real and invented. Mark Halperin set his charming novel Winter's Tale in New York City, and John Crowley set his classic Little Big at least partially in a recognizable New York. Many of Charles de Lint's newfound stories and novels take place in a thinly disguised Toronto, while Emma Bull's War for the Oaks is incredibly linked to Minneapolis. Terry Windling was influential in the subgenre's founding by creating Borderland, a shared universe original anthology series, the first two edited with Mark Arnold, set in an imaginary city in which humans and magical creatures could meet and interact. Urban fantasy, as we have come to know it today, combines the often dark edge of city living with enticing worlds of magic. Its subgenres include noir crime and paranormal romance. But the urban landscape is what's crucial. As one who lives in and loves New York City and enjoys traveling to other cities around the world, to me, urban centers seem to seethe with an energy, cultural diversity, and creativity that is more difficult to find in suburban or rural areas. You can lose yourself in a big city, or you can find yourself. In soliciting stories for this anthology, I asked writers to consider all types of locations, as long as the story takes place in a city, existing or made up. I wanted the city to be as important as anything else in the story. In other words, where the story takes place should matter in some way to the story. Perhaps the most fun of editing an anthology such as this is the sheer variety of types of stories that can fit under the rubric urban fantasy. Some of the authors chose existing cities that are well known and easy to identify. There are several New York stories, each very different. Other stories take place in London, Berlin, New Orleans, Haifa, Israel, Chicago, Seattle, Mexico City, Las Vegas, Asbury Park, New Jersey, and Cherry Creek, Colorado. Others created imaginary cities. Urban centers are packed with people, and this component of cities can be both a boon for gregarious types or a curse for those who are shy and reserved. It can also be utterly intimidating to newcomers, such as the pair of odd-couple immigrants in Delia Sherman's historical fantasy. Or it can be an opportunity for those with bad intent, such as the protagonists in Jeffrey Ford's and Matthew Cressel's stories. A weird joyousness pervades John Crowley's story, which takes some off-the-cuff remarks by inventor, futurist, and visionary Buckminster Fuller quite literally, creating an unexpected fantasia. Some of the greatest loneliness can be experienced when surrounded by people, such as in the case for the eponymous character in Kit Reed's Weston Walks, a recluse who ventures out only periodically. Nathan Ballingrad's displaced person, a haunted refugee from the natural disaster that took his home, and Peter S. Beagle's bitter academic, hoping for a last chance of stability.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?